over here, if you come to the Old City now and work your way down over that road that's just to the south of it, and this is southward this way, and you begin approximately there going down, and all that cluster of houses from about where your eye can see, and it goes lower down than that, and up to the area toward where there's an area that there's not much there except 3 or 4 houses before you come to a church. You see that church with a gray roof over there? Mm-hmm. Everybody see that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's called St. Peter in Gallicantu. It's St. Peter the cock crowing, and we're going to go there. We'll be there about 2 hours, 2.5 hours today, so you'll have orientation there. Just the reason we're going there is just immediately to the right of it, of that building. You can't see it because it's hidden by the trees. There's a walkway. I'll talk to you about it when we get there, but I wanted to get a feeling for where that is, because I will talk about that this is one of the places. You go some places and you know Jesus was about there. He was precisely there, and we'll say more about that later. He would have walked right down here too, but there's asphalt and everything else since then. Those are stones that date precisely to when he was there. There'll be a number of places like that, and we'll point it out when we get there. That tongue of land that reaches down over there, that is the original Jerusalem. It's called Ophel, O-P-H-E-L, and it's the called City of David. And that's where the Jebusite stronghold was that David captured and established his capital city. When the temple was, the land was pledged for it, you remember when David had them count the people, and there came the plague? Remember this?
Yes.
Everybody? And then David sought the Lord. He says, do you want to have 3 years of famine, 3 months, I can't recall, all of their 3 days of the judgment of God. And I think it was famine, attack of your enemies, and the 3 days of coming under God's judgment. David says, I'm going to cast myself on the mercy of the Lord rather than on natural disaster or human enemies. And there was a judgment that came because of their violating the covenant, that probably the census pulled the gifts that were to be made to the temple and the priesthood were not paid. It doesn't say that there was a judgment. It wasn't arbitrary. So David, when he prays to the Lord to deliver the city, because there's this, to him, in the invisible realm, he sees this towering presence of an angel with a sword that's coming to the city, and he cries out to the Lord for deliverance, and he goes up to the threshing floor of Araunah, and that would have been up there where you have the Temple Mount today. And he went up there, and that's, as a result of the mercy of God at that site, is how that became dedicated as the temple site. So originally going up to the temple from the city of David was, which is much lower, by the way. You know, you have 3,000 years of erosion. It's down a whole lot more. This has been kept pretty much built up. We'll go to the places. When we go to the Western Wall, which is on the other side of the temple ground site, we're way down lower, really closer to where the level was then. And when we go to those sites, we'll point those things out more. So City of David, Mount Zion, going up that direction on the top. We pointed out the one gray kind of curved dome of St. Peter Gallicantu. Up on top, there's another Catholic church with a gray dome. Just adjacent to it, left to it, is where the commemorative site of the upper room is. And it's in the same general area. That area is Mount Zion. That goes up over that area. So we'll go there. I'm tempted to talk more about places we're going and where we'll be processing today. And tomorrow we go down to the Dead Sea and the things that surround that. Then we'll be back and continue in Jerusalem the day after. And to give you an orientation, that probably wouldn't help that much if I took that time. It's very tempting to talk more